in the Philippines, there's a lot of single moms, right? I think that's common knowledge. If you travel, especially in Southeast Asia, if you are in this space, you watch these type of videos, whatever the case may be, you probably are aware of that. Now, what you might not know is the reason that is so many single mothers, and this is new information to me. But when I learned it, it blew my mind. I could not believe it, and I didn't know. And so I think because I didn't know, there's a good chance that a lot of other people don't know. I think a lot of people are quick to judge, and not saying that I'm like not included in that passing judgment, you feel me? But I'm just saying, I think a lot of people are quick to judge without fully understanding the system that is built and created that leads to this single motherhood in the Philippines, okay? It's actually insane, and we're going to touch on that today. For starters, I want to start off with this, okay? I remember I made a video my first time in the Philippines, and I was in Cebu, and I was just walking around, and I was asking Filipinos and foreigners about the dating experience in the Philippines. And it was a comment, and somebody said the interviewer should have asked, do you have any children? Because they all do. And this comment received 34 likes and 10 replies, right? So popular comment. And that's not the only comment I've seen in my videos about single motherhood and all that type of stuff, right? And I never really thought too deep into it, you feel me? Because I'm from the US. I know it's plenty of single moms in the States as well, right? So I'm thinking it's a similar situation, and it's just based on women making bad decisions, and those are the consequences of their actions. But what you probably don't know, right? And I'm about to break it down. It's probably about 5-6 different reasons why single motherhood is such a big thing in the Philippines. And it's nothing like in the US, okay? You can't compare the single motherhood in the US to the single motherhood in the Philippines. It's completely different reasons. And yeah, so it runs deep. So we're about to talk about that, okay? So number one, if you are from the US and probably other places in the world, you probably remember in maybe even as early as elementary school, but definitely like middle school. I remember 6th, 7th grade, I was in health class, right? So I was in health class, and maybe 2 to 3 weeks, maybe even a month out of the year, we separated from boys and girls, right? So at first it was just a regular health class, everybody together. Then we separated from boys to girl, right? And during this time period of separation, we were taught sex education, okay? We were taught about abstinence. We were taught about condoms. We were taught about the reproductive system, the reproductive organs, how babies are made. We was taught about all that stuff. We was taught about diseases. We was taught about all of this stuff. Everything that had to do with sex, we learned that 6th, 7th grade. How old are you? Like, that's like 11, 12, 13 years old, around that age. That's when we were taught about sex, okay? This is also when you go through puberty and all that stuff, you become interested in sex and interested in the other sex and all that type of stuff. That's when you learn about sex education. In the Philippines, they do not have that. There is no sex education, okay? There's no sex education. So just imagine that. That's just one part of it. Just imagine. It's human nature, okay? It's not just this random thing. No, everybody has sex drive. Everybody wants to have sex. Everybody has these needs, everybody, okay? Especially when you are in puberty and you're going through all that type of stuff, man. It's crazy, right? But imagine there's no guidance. There's no guidance. You don't, and that's why in America you do sex ed, because you need guidance. You're a kid, you don't understand the ramifications of your actions, okay? You don't start thinking about the future really until you're 25 and your frontal lobe fully develops. That's when you really start thinking about the future and like understanding the ramifications of your actions. So if you're 14, 15, 16, 13, however old in the Philippines, you are just eager, but you don't know anything, okay? You don't know anything. You don't know what's good, what's bad, what's right, what's wrong. You don't know anything, okay? No sex education in the Philippines. So that's number one, right? Number two, okay, let's say you do end up having sex, which is, obviously it's going to happen. You do end up doing that, and then you slip up, make a mistake, okay? Now, there is no plan B. No plan B in the Philippines. No plan B, bro. No plan B. How crazy is that? There is no plan B in the Philippines, okay? So, you have a system where you aren't educated about it. And I'm just gonna say it from now on, just so it's not too crazy. But you're not educated about it. And not only are you not educated about it, when you make the mistakes that are common from lack of knowledge and ignorance, you don't have a way out. You can't just, let me take this pill and reset everything and whatever. We're back to normal. I got 72 hours or however long it takes, okay? That's not a thing, okay? But I will say they do have condoms and stuff like that available. But at the same time, I'm not fully aware of if it's a stigma or not around. Like, I don't know if women feel comfortable just walking into the store and buying condoms. I'm not sure if a 15-year-old girl, a 16-year-old girl, 17, 18, however old, is comfortable enough to go and walk in and buy condoms, okay? I'm not sure, right? I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure what the culture is like here. And maybe some of you guys have some insight on what that's like, but I'm not sure. Even if it's not a teenager, maybe 21, 22, I still don't know if it's a stigma to just go there and do that. And what you have to understand too is in these countries like Southeast Asia, especially like Philippines, for example, it's not the US where it's like super encouraged to be, like individualism is encouraged, okay? You're more so expected to like blend in and fit in and honor your elders and stuff like that. You're not just, it's not like me, I could say, hey, bye family, I'm going across the world. Like, that's not really what's encouraged in these places, okay? So you might not see that as a big deal. You might say, who cares what people think? Go in and buy the condoms. But it's not like that, okay? It's not the US, bro. You gotta understand these people are raised completely different. Their thought processes are completely different. And once again, you don't really fully understand that this is my life. I can do whatever I want to do until you're like 25. You know what I'm saying? When your mind starts really developing, you're like, okay, yeah, all right, cool. So, but we're talking about like teenage pregnancy, early adulthood, all this stuff. You definitely aren't thinking about you could just make your own decisions and it doesn't matter what other people think. That's not what's crossing your mind, right? So, yeah, no plan B. And like I said, yes, they do have condoms, but I don't know how comfortable it is to just go and do that, or what the whole stigma is behind that. And I want to say too, it's crazy, I was just having a conversation with somebody about this, and they just told me about this. I'm like, wait, what? Like, no plan B? Like, what? No sex ed? Like, it was just blowing my mind. I was just having a casual conversation. She was just telling me about it like it was casual, like it was normal. I'm like, what the heck? That's insane. But so, no plan B, no sex ed. Now next, guess what? Also, no abortion, okay? No abortions in the Philippines. It's no abortions. And this could be based on, the Catholic Church is very big and prominent in the Philippines. Most Filipinos, I believe, are Catholic. And it could be because of that. But regardless of the reason, no abortions in the Philippines, bro. No abortions in the Philippines. So you don't have the education. If you slip up, you can't just take a little pill real quick and get rid of it. And then you can't get rid of the baby. And guess what? It's no abortion under any circumstances. It doesn't matter how extreme. So if a woman is, you feel me, raped, there's nothing she could do about it. You feel me? If it's a family member, there's nothing she could do about it. She's forced to be with that child, stick with that child, and ride with it to the end. That's just how it goes. And so you might say, like in the US, right? Yeah, I understand some states are, they have the whole like the abortion laws and stuff like that. But guess what? In the US, you could just go to a different state real quick, you know what I'm saying, blah, blah, blah. And most people, not everybody, but a lot of people can afford to just get in a car and go to another state or fly to a different state. The thing about the Philippines is there is a ton of poverty, okay? Most people that I meet in the Philippines have never left the Philippines, all right? Most people, I would say 90% of everybody that I've met in the Philippines has never left the Philippines, okay? people can't just go and fly, because like in Vietnam, for example, they do, I don't know about abortion, but they do have Plan B. People can't, the average Filipino cannot just say, okay, it was an accident, let me fly to this country tomorrow to get a Plan B. That is just not the reality for a lot of these women out here. It's unfortunate, but it's the truth. It's not the reality for a lot of these women. You guys see the videos that I post. Bro, these people they literally just can't afford to do that. It's just not a realistic option. And yeah, it's unfortunate, bro. And so, yeah, just those three things alone are a recipe for disaster. No education, no Plan B, no abortion. That's literally just a recipe for disaster, okay? Like, what else do you expect to happen? And then on top of that, right, divorce is still not legal, okay? So if a woman is married, and even if she has a kid while she's married, it could be a bad marriage. She can't just leave. You feel me? She can't just leave. The guy can leave, but guess what? The marriage is still valid. And even if the guy does leave, guess what? There's no real child support system like it is in the US, okay? There's no real child support system. Like, so they could literally just leave and nothing will happen. They'll be good. They could just go on with their life and the women would just be stuck with the child. So let's just give an example, okay? Let's say, you know, the divorce rate in America is what, super high, 50%. And so here, let's say a woman does the right thing, gets married, has a child, but the guy changes, for example, or cheats, whatever the case may be. He decides to leave. She can't get divorced. She can't get child support. She never had access to Plan B, never had the ability to get an abortion. What are her options? You feel me? Her only option is to have a child. And now she's stuck with the child. And it's nothing that anybody can do. You feel me? That's what's going on, bro. That's what's going on. And like I said, it sucks. And you know what's so crazy too? Speaking of divorce, I also learned that, bro, you can basically they have like a heat of the moment clause basically in the law, right? Where basically, let's say I'm dealing with a woman, she happens to be married, I didn't know, somebody comes in with a gun, shoots me. Bro, he can potentially get no prison time. That's like how the laws here work, okay? And it's so interesting. I see people all the time comment like, yo, be careful, like with the married women, blah, blah, blah. Some people, bro, because that, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that law is good. People are allowed to do that, okay? You can get a lesser crime if it's a passionate crime, like with love and something like that. You with somebody's wife, this, that, and the third. That person can get off of that charge. You feel me? Legally in the Philippines, facts, okay? So make sure you definitely be careful. Like I said, people comment that on my videos, but nobody really just went into full details. And but I did some research. I'm like, damn, I didn't know that. Okay, not saying that was my plan. But now I'm definitely, yo, you got a boyfriend? You got please let me know. 'Cause I will gladly not talk to you. You know what I'm saying? And then so yeah, after the divorce, also you got to think in the U.S. it's terrible men everywhere. Okay, so it's a mixture between some men are just not taught to take accountability for their actions. Of course, you know what I'm saying? That's anywhere. And so, yeah, some men have children and then they don't take accountability for their actions and they just walk away from the responsibility, walk away from the child, walk away from the woman, and it's nothing that the woman can do. She can't get a Plan B. She can't get rid of the child. She can't do anything. And the man isn't forced to pay child support. He isn't forced to be in the child's life. None of that, okay? And even if it is, let's say he's a solid man, but bro, once again, we are talking about the Philippines. We aren't talking about the U.S. where you can just get a job, minimum wage, $10 an hour, $15, $20, whatever the minimum wage is in your state. You can't just get a job you can't just get a high-paying job like that. It's not that easy. It's not that simple, bro. We are like most of the people here. No, I won't say most because I don't know the exact percentage, but it is a lot of poverty around, okay? A lot of poverty in the Philippines, a ton of it. So let's say he's a solid guy. He might just can't even afford to do it and just walk away because of that. Just because he simply just literally can't afford. He might want to, but can't. You know what I'm saying? And then on top of that, you know, it's because it's so common here. It's not the craziest thing in the world. So like, it might be even more acceptable to just abandon your responsibilities here. And you know, I think some women in the Philippines are like, single motherhood is like almost a norm here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in the beginning of the video, people talk about this stuff, but I haven't heard anybody talk about it in this way. Cause I never understood why there was so many single moms, but now I get it. I'm like, oh, okay, that makes a lot more sense. Makes a lot more sense. And so also we have another thing that we could take into account, right? The Philippines is a place that foreigners do go to and frequent, okay? So just being realistic, men definitely will come over here, drop a baby, and leave. Just being real, okay? And it's unfortunate, but just being real. And so it's like, wow, like what are they supposed to do in that situation? You feel me? A foreigner can come and feed her a dream for a month, a week, 2 months, 3 months, and tell her all this good stuff, take care of her, blah, 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 and then just switch up. You feel me? And just leave her by herself. What is she supposed to do in that situation? Especially if she's younger and naive. It happens, bro. That's just real. It happens, bro. And so you can't really pass judgment. But yeah, like I said, it's different. It's not like in the US where you're educated and you're still consciously making bad decisions. It's not like that. These people, it's a good chance they literally don't know better, depending on how old they are. They literally do not know any better. And even if they quote unquote know better, bro, we've all been young where we know right from wrong, but we still choose wrong. It's same situation. You know what I'm saying? Same situation, man. You tell me, if you're watching this video, what's the chance that you would have a child if you don't have any children, or more children if there wasn't for Plan Bs or abortion or sex education? What do you think? Come on, just be honest with yourself. Would your situation be the same, or would it be a little bit different? You feel me? So you gotta take that into account. And then what's so unfortunate about all of this, right, is that life is created. And these kids are brought into these situations that they didn't ask to be brought into. So even when I was like in the slums the other day and I'm seeing the kids, like that's what like stuck with me the most, because I'm just thinking, I'm like, man, these kids, bro, like they didn't ask for this. They didn't ask for this life. They were brought into this life against their will, and now they have to suffer the consequences of their parents, who also might have just been uneducated, uninformed, and had no option. But now the child is here, and yeah, it's just a very unfortunate situation. And the more I learn about this and the more I understand this, it makes more sense to me, because I'm like, I remember my first time coming to the Philippines, I'm like, bro, you will literally see kids, like not every blue moon, every single day, multiple times a day, you will see kids running around, no shoes on, dirty, visibly dirty. Like they obviously haven't showered or bathed in days, maybe even weeks, like visibly dirty. Asking for money, begging for money, running up to the car. I'm telling you, bro, you see this. And at first I'm like, bro, like I didn't know about this. And it almost seems like it's hidden too. Like if you watch, cause I could make a video. I could be in my little condo, nice area, and you won't know about any of this stuff. I'm talking about 10 minutes away from the nice area, poverty, kids on the street, dirty, running around, no shoes on, like 10-minute walk, 15-minute walk, 20-minute walk, right up the street. I'm telling you, like, and bro, it's crazy. I know a lot of times people see the Philippines, they see these beaches, they see all this stuff. Man, it is some serious poverty going on, and it's unfortunate, like I said, the way the whole love and sex and all of that relationship, how all of that is set up, it is almost designed to create this? Like, what other option is it? Like, realistically, what else could be the outcome other than single moms? That is literally the most likely outcome of the situation. And yeah, man, so that's really what's going on. And like I said, I just felt the need to make this video because I see so many people talk about this in the comments, and I think, it's, like I said, it's almost like a joke these days. People talk about it, and I for one never understood why. And it's not even that I was searching for answers. I just, like I said, I thought it was like in the US, I just thought like, okay, they have the ability to do X, Y, Z, but they're just choosing not to, and they're just choosing to have these children. No, it's not that, bro. That's not what's going on, bro. It's not what's going on. It's not what's going on at all. It's way deeper than that, like I said, and it's definitely not a joke. It's definitely serious. It's pretty unfortunate. Yeah, man, it's crazy. It's really crazy to think about, but yeah, I just felt the need to share this video with you guys because I just thought it was something that is worth talking about. And yeah, I appreciate y'all watching this video, man. Let me know what you guys thought about this, and let me know if this is new information to y'all, because I'm genuinely curious. Like, is this new information to y'all, or did y'all know this? Am I the only one that didn't know this, man? But yeah, drop a comment, let me know, man. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all later, all right?